Here's what I did that's different. I tried to create a system as opposed to a goal. And the system is that I wanted to see if we could do more than just give money to something or somebody who needs it. That would be great. That would be a goal. What's your goal? Give some money to somebody who needs it. But what's a system? A system would be something where everybody involved gets something out of it, and so you would want to do more of it. So giving money once is great, but creating a system where more people might give more money in the future, well, that's better. Well, today I have a special guest. It's a little update to something you know about. I was working with Bill Pulte to give away a little bit of his money, $1,000, and I was experimenting. So if you don't know Bill Pulte, and he's at Pulte, P-U-L-T-E, is doing sort of a long-term moving experiment in which he's attempting to redefine philanthropy or create a new model for philanthropy on the internet. Hashtag Internet of Philanthropy. And he asked me to try an experiment. So the experiment was up to me, but he just said, how would you like to give away some of my money? Do it the way you want to, see what happens, all right? So the nature of this is experimentation. We're going to see what's happening. Here's what I did that's different. I tried to create a system as opposed to a goal. And the system is that I wanted to see if we could do more than just give money to something or somebody who needs it. That would be great. That would be a goal. What's your goal? Give some money to somebody who needs it. But what's a system? A system would be something where everybody involved gets something out of it, and so you would want to do more of it. So giving money once is great, but creating a system where more people might give more money in the future, well, that's better. So I wanted to experiment with that, and what I did was explicitly selfish and unselfish and visible at the same time. So that's my system. I wanted to do something that was selfish, meaning that I personally, as the giver, in this case I'm giving away Bill Pulte's money, but it is an experiment. As the giver, I would give something out of it so that I would be incented, and others would who were in my situation, to do the same thing later. The person who gets the money or entity gets something out of it, so they like it. So far you have two winners. And then the third part I was experimenting with is the audience. So breaking the fourth wall and getting the audience involved. So you're the audience. So now you're watching the experiment. You're going to help me evaluate it. Maybe somebody will someday decide to do something similar. But here's what I did. I wanted to promote the idea that's in one of my books about talent stacks and systems over goals would be great. Two ideas I think are powerful. They're associated with me, so that's the selfish part. If somebody liked that idea, they might be more likely to buy my book. I'm putting that right out there, right? Then there's nothing hidden. That'd be great. If people bought that book, that's good for me. What would I do if people bought my book? Well, I'd have more money. I'd probably give more money away, sort of a virtuous circle. So I have selected from among people who say that they had some involvement in the talent stack in a school setting. On Twitter, I said, hey, is there anybody using the idea of a talent stack out there? And I will give them the money, and that will be an excuse for me to show that the talent stack is catching on. Maybe other people will hear about it. Maybe other teachers will hear about it through this. So I'm trying to get secondary benefits, third level benefits, fourth level benefits. So it's a gift, it's philanthropy, but I'm looking for a big play, right? By making a system that gives visibility, spreads an idea that's very powerful. And so I would like to introduce you to the winner, Mr. Gomez, Junior Gomez. Say hi.
Hello, good morning.
And Mr. Gomez, should I call you Junior?
Either's fine.
Okay. Well, I'm going to call you Mr. Gomez, just out of respect and to reinforce that you are a teacher. Where are you teaching?
I teach in Southern California, in Linwood Unified.
And tell us about where you first heard of the talent stack and how you teach it to your kids.
Well, I heard it from your Periscopes. I started following you around 2016. and I started hearing your periscopes and you're talking about the talent stack. It's something that teachers kind of do, but you take it to the next level. In teaching, we call it modalities, where you're teaching different forms of learning. Some students are very artistic, some students are very this or that. With the talent stack, I incorporate it by telling students that they don't have to be the best at everything. They just have to work on different abilities, and you put them together to be unique and succeed that way.
And how do people respond to it? So the first time a kid hears that they don't have a cap on where they can go, if they use a simple model of just stacking skills together, which is very approachable, does it blow kids' minds? Do you think they get it? Are they too young? What's the feedback you get from the kids?
I couple that also with personal stories. So I tell your story where you're first to say you're not the best artist, you're not the funniest person in the room. So it makes it approachable. So sometimes they see success as not attainable. This is a low-income area. So they have a lot of mental roadblocks. So this helps to take those down.
You know, I might be biased, but you sound like the smartest teacher I've ever met in my life. And I'm not even joking about that, by the way. Because, obviously I'm biased because you've been influenced by some of the things I'm saying. But the fact that you've picked up on exactly all the right stuff and applied it in exactly the right place in exactly the right way is pretty impressive. It's pretty impressive. I got to say, you impressed me. So you've received your money now, right?
Yes, yeah, already putting it to good use. Thank you so very much. We're doing a project this week. It's with posters, and those easel pads are quite expensive, but thank you. I would have just bought it out of pocket, but thanks to you and thanks to Mr. Pulte, I was able just to pick them up and not have to, be sticker shocked.
That is terrific. And I thank you a lot for being part of, understanding that getting the message out about what you're doing could be the most powerful thing that we do today. Because if more people get this idea, it's just so motivating to know that there's a real, easily approachable way out. I also love the fact that you said that you combined the concept with stories, because as a teacher, it's the story that works.
I teach history. That's my favorite part. If your fans are at all familiar with Dan Carlin and his Hardcore History podcast, very much in the same vein. It really gets to the kids, and they remember it, and they're motivated by it.
Yeah. So you are my favorite teacher of all time. It's official. I think you're brilliant, and I love what you're doing, and I'm glad that you could join us. And thanks so much for even contacting me and telling me that you're using this stuff. I think it's just a great way to start the day, just hearing the story.
No, thank you very much.
All right, I'm gonna sign off with you and get on with stuff. But thanks so much, and we will talk to you later. Bye for now. All right, doesn't that make you feel good? All right, so you don't have to answer me right now, but just evaluate how I've tried to systemize this process. All right, I'm being overtly obvious as much as I can, so there's nothing hidden. This is partly for me. That's what makes it a system, because I would want to do this again if it works. If I get good feedback from it, I'm going to say, I gave away $1,000 and it turned out good for me. Well, wouldn't that be great? Then I'll do it again. Somebody else gets $1,000. So, and then the fourth wall, as I said, that's really the important part. If I can use philanthropy to spread an idea, the idea is far more powerful than $1,000. I mean, look how much attention that idea is going to get for $1,000, right? And that's all Pulte, because I wasn't going to do this. Bill came up with the concept. He's the one who's testing it. For the record, by the way, we paid him with PayPal. Because I know there's going to be somebody here, some critic who says, you're collecting names. I think it's all a data mining scheme. And it's some kind of scheme with Jack Dorsey and the Cash App. So just to take that off the table, we just said, I'll just pay with PayPal.